Welcome back to another marketing insight here, hosted by myself, Dr. Derek Barron, with Practice Insider's Edge and our Grow platform. Today, we're going to cover part 2 of our 4-part series on how to excel and exceed your results from last year. In other words, how can we make 2023 a great year for you moving forward? Last week, we spoke about team meetings. The title was weekly meetings. I really believe that you should have daily meetings and daily huddles at the start of every day so you can keep yourself accountable on what you need. Feel free to jump back in. You can look at the link for the previous video in the description below. Today, we're going to talk about picking a niche and how it will help you grow your practice. It's very critical that you join practice with an idea that, yes, you can help grandmas to grandchildren. I know that you were taught that in school. You have the skills to do that. But if you want to grow your practice, find a niche that you enjoy being around and that will pay you money. And once you get that in place, you can pick a second niche, a third niche, a fourth niche, and you're still going to have those other people come into play that are grandparents to grandchildren. But along the way, you're going to speak about how you can help those people. I can help chiropractors, medical doctors, physical therapists, podiatrists, athletic trainers. I can help all of them grow their practice, but I want to help a private practice individual grow, not one that's with a big box type of a company. If you're with a big box type of a company, but you have a franchise component, we can help you in that regards too. But if you're owned by them and you are an employee, it's harder to make the changes unless you're trying to get out of that position to make it. So today we're going to talk about picking your niche and how it will grow your practice. Again, there's 2 things that are very critical. Pick a niche that you want to spend time with and or around. If you like to be around athletes, there is a niche. I would suggest sub-niching if you like wrestlers or you like cross-country skiers or you like runners or you like gymnasts. Pick a niche and settle into that niche and be successful. With that component that you picking the niche, make sure you're picking a niche that can pay for your services. In other words, if you're choosing a niche that doesn't have the financial background to help themselves, so if you want to, because you've got a wonderful soul and you want to help people that are Medicaid individuals only, I'm sorry to say this, but that's not going to allow you to become the potential best practitioner in your community and reach more people because you don't get paid well through Medicaid. I understand those people need assistance, and there are ways in which you can put in some financial structure to help them, but I wouldn't say I want to be the one that makes a huge dent in Medicaid. Pick a niche that can pay you and pick a niche that you can enjoy, go on vacation with. If you like to talk about gymnastics and you can go out on an evening and dinner and talk about gymnastics and what that's done for you, for your children, for your family members, for other people you know, that's what you want to go after. So I want to share with you a little bit what we call our practice leverage method. I've talked ad nauseum about the importance of having your practice foundation, the thing on the very bottom. You have to make sure your practice has a great Google Maps presence. You have a 5-star reputation, better than your competitors in the area, and continually building that. We're going to talk about this next week. A mobile optimized and lead generating website, and then having a social media presence. If you have that, you're set up for that 3x3 on the top, where we are truly starting to find a way for you to grow and scale your practice. But first, we have to pick the perfect patient. That is the niche that you are going after. We want to know who the ideal patient is that you want to bring into your practice and how we go about finding them. Where are they at? So we can put ourselves in front of them to then show them and speak about our message and then speak about what the solution is that you have in your practice to help them with their problem. So I'm going to show you a framework that we use. It's called the Perfect Patient Avatar. If you're interested in getting this framework, please feel free to send me a message, drop in the word below in the comments section, niche, and I will get this out to you. It's a PDF that you can have and look at. It's part of our coaching program that we go through that people can can utilize this and improve upon it. And you'll see this is it has 4 sections to it essentially. I'm going to move it up just a little bit here. On the top, this is, what's affecting somebody today. On the very bottom down here, you can see that what's affecting somebody in the future, and something that you're moving away from or something that you're moving towards. I learned this from one of my mentors, Aaron Fletcher, that your pain and frustrations, what you have, you also want to know in the future, those you can revert those and turn them into goals and desires. Your fears and implications that kind of hold you back, you can turn them into dreams and aspirations. So let's just say if you're going after a gymnast or a hockey player or pregnant moms and kids, what are their biggest pains and frustrations? And how can you help them turn those pains into goals or frustrations into desires? What are their biggest fears that they have and implications that may hold them back from reaching their potential? And then what are those fears that you can turn into dreams and those implications that you can turn into aspirations? The more you know about your person from the deep down soul of who that person is, the more you know about their pains and frustrations, the easier it is for you to market to them for goals and desires. I know that our niche of private practice healthcare professionals, probably their number one pain and their number one pain is, I need more new patients. Their number one fear is, how am I going to pay the bills? It happens with everybody, no matter how you progress through. It was terrible when we went through the pandemic, but we're getting past that. So we need to go after the niche and how we can help them moving forward. So if you can find a bunch of sources for this, and sources are, you can Google it, you can do YouTube search, you can go out to social networks, to blogs, go to Amazon. What books do gymnasts like to read? Which magazines do gymnasts like to read? Which television shows do they like to read? You can learn about those places, about their pains and frustrations, or what their dreams and aspirations are. If you already have some of them in your practice, literally ask them, hey, before you started, what was your biggest pain or fear coming into practice? And they'll tell you. That helps you on your next marketing component that you'll look at. Now, here's another thing that you can do. You want to dive deeper into the demographics of that person. Are you going to treat 6-year-old gymnasts, or are you going to treat 15-year-old gymnasts? You've got to know who is the name you're going after. You can pick Jane, the gymnast, if you want. The gender, the age, the location, marital status. Gymnasts probably are going to be single. Family status, income level. What if you're going after pregnant moms that already have kids, or pregnant moms with it's their first time? It's different demographics. Then you look at psychographics. What are their interests? What are their hobbies? What are the books that they like to read, the authors, publications, associations, groups that they're a part of, blogs, podcasts they listen to, tools or software that they use, or products that they purchase? Those are things that if you know about them, you can market to them to try and help them. And then describe your perfect avatar. It's the key to being as specific as possible. Again, we help private practice healthcare professionals looking to grow and scale their practice that want to kind of get rid of the technical overwhelm that they'll go through. So it is a great way for you to do this. Now, what's the source that you can go to find where these people are at, and what's the audience size? The reason you may want the audience size is if you're going to do Facebook ads, marketing to try and generate to them, if you only have a list of 100 people, it's not going to work out well for you unless you charge an exorbitant amount of money. So the easier way to learn about your niche is to find the demographics and psychographics. So again, if you're interested in our perfect patient avatar framework and how you can put that into use, just drop the word niche in below and I'll get back to you on that with this framework. So again, we're working on 4 things in this video series. The first is weekly meetings, daily huddle meetings in the morning to keep you and your team on point. The second part that we're looking into is, what is your perfect patient and how can you go about going after them to market to them? The third thing that we're going to discuss next week is about asking for reviews because they're critical. And the fourth and final segment that we're going to cover is doing more videos. So if you found this helpful, if you think anybody else out there that's a private practice healthcare professional that would benefit from it, I'd appreciate it if you refer it or send them that way. Again, my name is Dr. Derek Barron with Practice Insider's Edge in our Grow platform. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the comment section below or reach out to me. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have yourself a fantastic day. Thanks for your time.